Hello, everybody, and welcome here to Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park for tonight's matchup between New Mexico United and San Antonio FC, presented by Dave and Buster's. Pregame coming up momentarily. The 2021 New Mexico United season is presented by Sandia Resort and Casino, close to home, far from ordinary. Welcome to Albuquerque, New Mexico on a very, very hot night. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined by Chris Hurst this evening for this matchup. The first matchup, Chris, between these two clubs since last postseason. It was New Mexico United getting it done in extra time. Chris Wehan breaking the 0-0 deadlock in the 101st minute, sending New Mexico United on to El Paso and ending San Antonio's season. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, you got to imagine San Antonio looking for some revenge tonight. That game ended in a little bit of controversy with Chris Wehan maybe handballing the ball right before the goal. So, yeah, it should be an exciting game tonight for sure.
Well, and when these two teams meet, it's always a good one. New Mexico United won 3-0 at the Lab here in 2019. But when they went out to San Antonio, they lost 5-0. Salih Muhammad for New Mexico United getting a red card in the 21st minute, leaving the black and yellow shorthanded. San Antonio really able to pour it on as we have a look at the players to watch presented by Lumen Optimal Wellness. Enjoy a healthier body and mind. For San Antonio, Chris, it's Marcus Epps. He's got 7 appearances, 6 starts. He's scored twice, created 9 chances, and to steal the line from you, he's an absolute unit.
Yeah, he's a big boy for sure, and you know he can drop in the pockets in front of the back, in front of the defenders, and run at defenders with pace, or he can run the channels in behind. And obviously, he can find the back of the net, as he's proven twice already this season.
And on the other side for New Mexico United, it's number 10, Amando Moreno. He's making his 6th start this evening, his 7th appearance on the season. He scored twice so far this year, Chris, back-to-back goals in back-to-back weeks, against Austin and Switchbacks, although he's been battling an injury.
Yeah, so he's been kind of in and out of the starting lineup, but we certainly can't miss him tonight, as you can see right now with his new hair, with his new bleached hair. Right, we'll be able to spot him, that's for sure. But he is an absolute pain to play against, harrying defenders all the time, and he's dangerous, very dangerous in and around the 18-yard box.
We're going to step aside for just a moment. Lineups and kickoff coming up next.
B-Dubs gives you more with buy one, get one free traditional wings on Wing Tuesdays. It's like hitting the lottery. Twice! Right in the mouth! The win-win value lineup at Buffalo Wild Wings. Get takeout or delivery.
In the 2019 Reader's Choice Awards from the Albuquerque Journal, Sandia Resort and Casino was voted Albuquerque's favorite casino. Best customer service, best entertainment venue, best slot machines and poker room, best variety of table games, best rewards program, and best golf course. Best buffet, favorite nightclub, favorite casino. Albuquerque, you deserve the best. Sandia Resort and Casino, close to home, far from ordinary.
This is where we keep our memories. We've shared so many adventures. Those sounds, shapes, those special places. We've missed them.
We're ready for some new adventures.
And so is New Mexico.
Let's go.
Gives you more with buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. So keep the bones in your wallet and out of your chicken. The win-win value lineup at Buffalo Wild Wings. Get takeout or delivery.
Kickoff is quickly approaching here at the Lab, but before we get into that, let's look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Michelob Ultra. For the home side, New Mexico United, it's Armando Moreno up top alongside Brian Brown. Interesting here with the midfield, Chris, with Tenari, Guzman, Azira, and then the back line of Kalen Ryden. Rashid Tete making his first appearance of the year, getting the start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a back four. It'll be a back three. That's what Coach Lesane has shown throughout the entire start of the season here. Good to see Guzman back because he took a nasty knock at the end of the game on Saturday as well.
And on the other side for San Antonio, it is goalkeeper Matthew Cardoni. He's been there forever and a day at San Antonio FC. He's got a back line of Doyle, Schuberg, and Varela. Varela coming off a goal scored last week against Las Vegas Lights out at Cashman Field in Vegas. We see one change with Jordan Perusa getting the start here today. Marcus Epps, as we mentioned, one of our players to watch. Justin Dillon, the other forward. Head coach Alan Marcina, he's got a lot of options, Chris. I'm sure it's really difficult to pick the 11, but you also see there number 23, Sam Gleadle. And for New Mexico United fans, if you follow the soccer scene locally, you may recall that name as Sam Gleadle actually played his college soccer just right across the street from us here at the University of New Mexico.
Yeah, certainly no stranger to this is backyard, right? I know I played for Albuquerque Sol as well. I believe he played at Reno with Sergio Rivas as well. So no stranger to a lot of the guys on New Mexico United.
So we are underway here. This is a Fiesta Auto Group free kick being taken by Schuberg. Schuberg, speaking of absolute units, Chris, Schuberg by far the tallest player on the pitch. It's going to be interesting to see the way that New Mexico United goes at him this evening.
I'm not sure Armando Moreno is going to try and match up with him with the ball in the air, right?
Perusa plays it back to Lemma. That ball briefly intercepted by Rashid Tete. Here's Gleadle as it picked away from behind by Brian Brown. Finds Michael Azira. Now Guzman, it's good to see Guzman back in the 11 after that frightening shot that he took just a handful of days ago here on Saturday. Kalen Ryden. Going with a lot of experience in that midfield, Chris, is New Mexico United with Azira and Guzman pairing up as Moreno plays the cross in, and it's headed away by Schuberg at the near post. And that brings us to our first corner kick of the evening. Corner kicks are presented by Bank of America with over 4,600 locations. Convenient banking is just around the corner.
It's going to be really interesting to see if New Mexico United try something different tonight because they put a lot of crosses into the box on Saturday night and didn't really get a whole lot of joy, although from set pieces they did, but obviously with Schuberg in there, he's a big guy that you want to miss.
Here's Suggs to take. Suggs plays it in. It's knocked away by San Antonio. Azira to throw in for New Mexico United. Yeah, hard to miss Armando Moreno with the all blonde top. That ball cleared away, and it's going to be another throw in here for United. Suggs in for Moreno. He let it run, and it's cleared away. That was Gallegos getting in to clear the danger. Here's Harry Swartz. Back to Azira. Guzman now looking to find the run of Harry Swartz, but cut out by Doyle. Moreno trying to win it back. Still battling back there with Lemma, and now the foul called against Armando Moreno.
That's what we talked about pre-game, though. Armando Moreno, he never gives up. He is an absolute nightmare to play against, that's for sure. Ends up giving away the foul, but they know they're in a game already.
Here are the Garcia Automotive Group keys to the match for New Mexico United. It's make possession meaningful and find the final pass. Chris, last week against Austin, they had 75% possession, but as you said, not really able to get any shots on target, and of course controlling the wide channels.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk since Saturday, right, in the New Mexico United camp about being a little bit more dynamic, their movement ahead of the ball, and yeah, like you said, they had a lot of the ball, and it's, I'm sure they've noticed already. San Antonio, at times it'll morph into a 3-5-2, but very early on they really have set up with a back five.
And as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it is very, very hot here in the desert. It is 93 degrees currently, 10% humidity. It was a scorcher of a day, Chris. Temperatures getting up over 100 degrees here in Albuquerque, as they've been for about the last 5 days. A little bit abnormal for the Duke City.
Yeah, it's been a brutal little stretch here, and I couldn't believe when I saw it was only 10% humidity, because when the desert gets a little bit of humidity, you feel it, and it felt very humid this afternoon.
Free kick coming up here for San Antonio. Lindley delivers, cleared away by Tete. Guzman flicks it on, but it's going to fall back to Lindley. Looking for Schuberg, and Swartz is there. But here's Gallegos. Gallegos cuts it back and has the shot blocked by Harry Swartz in the end, but the youngster finding some space in the box.
Yeah, Gallegos is really tricky, especially there. As soon as he gets in the box, you're really hesitant to dangle a leg at him, so he uses that to his advantage and dances in there. Gets a shot away, good block in the end.
So we have a look at this TLC replay. It was Harry Swartz getting back to disrupt the shot attempt. As you can see, there was about 5 black and yellow kits in the picture there. Corner taken short. Here's Gallegos again. He's going to be a handful, marked by Guzman, who goes to ground, and that pass taken away by Tinari. Foul called once again on Gallegos. That's 2 fouls in just the last couple of minutes, and now he's going to get a talking to from the official.
It's early for a talking to, but both Guzman and Tinari using all their experience there to kind of deal with the youngster, and he's clearly got the legs, and he's going to be a difficult customer for them to handle all night, but using all their experience to make sure he doesn't get the jump on them.
Switch of play over to Josh Suggs, the Las Cruces, New Mexico native, the captain for the 3rd consecutive year of this club. Ryden thought about the long ball out to Swartz. Instead, elects to go over to Tete. Moreno now. Here's Azira. Yearwood. Yearwood cuts it back, plays the cross in, and nobody at the back post as he receives a quick clap from his teammate Brian Brown.
Yeah, you could see we talked about this on Saturday as well. New Mexico United very much, they started that out on the right-hand side. Quick switch from Moreno, and they actually had numbers up there. I would have loved to have seen them drive into that space and use their numerical advantage there, but decided for the cross instead.
Here's the injury report brought to you by Ben Sherman Law. Injured at work, Ben Sherman can help. Nobody injured for New Mexico United. Moreno plays it out for Suggs. Suggs on the far side. Here's Josh Suggs. Looking for Tinari in the box. Moreno was trying to clean up that second chance, but it's cleared away by San Antonio. Swartz now. Swartz leads the team in assists so far this season. He's got 2. Swartz making his 8th appearance on the season, his 7th start. And Swartz is a guy, Chris, he immediately came into this team and he fit right in like the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously this is the formation that they play right now, that New Mexico United play right now, suits him down to the ground. He has so much time and space, and being used as an outlet on that side, same as Josh Suggs did, same as Daniel Bruce on Saturday, really suits those kind of players.
Kalen Ryden wins the foot race and the throw-in against Perusa, who's making the run. That is head coach Troy Lesane for New Mexico United in his 3rd year at the helm of the club. He's been the only manager in club history. Made the playoffs his first couple of seasons with the black and yellow. So that ball just played forward. Tambakis has to pay a little bit of attention to it. Backus has been great for New Mexico so far this season. Back-to-back clean sheets for the Greek goalkeeper. Here's Moreno. Brown tries to turn. He's taken to ground, and Varela can't believe it. It's another Fiesta Auto Group free kick. Taken quickly. Here's Brian Brown in the box. Sets it up for Tinari, and poked away. Falls to Swartz. He's dispossessed by Lemma. Swartz takes Lemma down. No call. Cross, back post, and headed away by Glidel. Moreno now. And Sam Glidel does well to poke that one away and stop the danger momentarily.
You see it's pretty congested in there. San Antonio dropping 5. They've got the back 3 with the 2 wing backs sitting very, very compact and connected to their 3 centre backs as well. So New Mexico United are going to have to find something pretty special tonight, you would imagine, to try and find their way through, which is something that they maybe struggled with on Saturday.
That was Alan Marcina on your screen just a moment ago. His second year in charge of San Antonio. Harry Swartz to deliver the cross. Goes in, and Cardoni is there to grab that one out of the air.
You love to see that from a goalkeeper early on, commanding his 6-yard box. Puts your defenders at ease where he just comes out and collects that so easily.
Glidel. Here's Epps. Back to Schuberg. Now Varela. Varela finds Suggs with that one, but Suggs' header falls to San Antonio. Here's Epps now. Tries to go around Swartz. Swartz still running stride for stride, and Swartz is able to play that out, but it's a throw in here for San Antonio.
Really well done by Harry Schwartz there. As we said in the pre-game, Epps, once he gets up ahead of steam, he's very tough to get off the ball, so did really well to go stride for stride with him.
Here's Lemma looking for Perusa, but it's Ryden that's there. Suggs over to Yearwood, and Yearwood will clear it out from the 18. And when I say clear it out, he cleared it out. Glidel up for Perusa. New Mexico United now in possession. Tinari plays it up for Brown. Back for Tinari. Here's Andrew Tinari. He's making a run. Spreads it to Armando Moreno. Here's Moreno. Cuts it off. Right-footed shot, and it's up and over the crossbar from Armando Moreno. And since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. So we have a look at that TLC replay. Armando Moreno did well there, Chris, to create some space, just couldn't keep his shot down.
Yeah, you could see it opened up for him when he cut inside there. Great ball by Tinari. Tinari driving at the back 3 of San Antonio. Pops the ball out wide. Moreno just comes inside it, opens up for him for a split second, so decides to have a shot. Didn't quite get the connection right.
Brian Brown fouled once again. It's another Fiesta Auto Group free kick coming up here as we look at Brian Brown winning the foul there against Doyle. Doyle wasn't very excited about that foul call.
Brian Brown, very experienced and very good with his back to goal. Really good, bringing other guys into the game, holding the ball up, allowing his team to get higher up the field.
Brown so far this season, this is his 7th appearance, his 3rd start on the year. He's scored once. That was right here at the Lab against Austin in the home opener for New Mexico United on May 15th. He was on the pitch for a little bit over 60 seconds before opening his black and yellow account. I'm sure as a striker, Chris, when you've gone a month and a day without a goal, you're dying to score another one as that one played in, and Cardoni comes out to scoop that up.
That was a really awkward place for a free kick. You could see they couldn't work out whether they wanted to shoot or cross. Kind of didn't do either, really. No, it was a really hard angle to get any. If Tete got his head on it, he would have had to do a lot to get it past Cardoni, that's for sure.
Cardoni sends it long, but it's going to result in a throw in here for the black and yellow.
Big chance for Rashid Tete tonight. Hasn't really been involved, hasn't been involved at all for the beginning of the season. So huge chance tonight to send a message to the boss to, make sure he remains in the plans.
Well, and Tete, you're talking about somebody who is voted by his teammates as the Rookie of the Year in 2019. And now all of a sudden we find ourselves 8 games into the season and he's barely seen the pitch for the first time, Chris. I mean, and that's not even a slight at Tete. I think that just more so speaks to the depth that New Mexico United now have.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. And I say he did the absolute outstanding first season with the black and yellow, but just found it really hard to get in. Sam Hamilton's doing a really good job on the right side, the back three. It's been fairly settled until this week, you would say.
Yeah, we saw one rotation on Saturday with Yearwood sitting, and now we see Hamilton on the bench for New Mexico United. Ryden, though, that's one man that you will not see come out of that starting 11. He's played every minute so far in 2021, along with Alex Tambakis.
Described by Troy Lesane as not one of the best, as the best centre-back in the league. So, yeah, you can't imagine he's getting many breaks this year.
And Caitlin Ryden actually just signed a 2-year contract extension with New Mexico United. That ties him to the club through the 2023 season. He and Amando Moreno inking new deals. Here's Suggs. Suggs left-footed cross, and it's sent out for a corner kick by Sam Gleadle. It's another Bank of America corner kick coming up.
Third one already.
Third one already. And, for New Mexico United, Chris, they posted consecutive clean sheets. Their last goal that they conceded was here against Loudoun in the 40th minute. So they've essentially gone 230 minutes without allowing a goal coming into this one. As here comes the corner kick from Harry Swartz. Cardoni comes up to punch it away. Moreno thought about the overhead bicycle kick, and San Antonio able to clear out the danger. Ball still bouncing around. It falls to Swartz. He's got loads of space. Here's Harry Swartz. Tries to cross it in. Falls to Varela, and he plays that out quickly.
Just smothered out by San Antonio there. You can see Harry Schwartz, his favoured right foot, trying to come in on his right foot rather than maybe driving to the end line and putting a cross in on his weaker left foot. Somewhat easily smothered out by San Antonio.
Another Bank of America corner kick here. Here's Swartz. Playing it in, looking back post, and Cardoni flashes in front of Caitlin Ryden and grabs that. A little bit of incidental contact it looked like there between Tete and Cardoni as we get a look at the curse in full voice tonight. Wednesday night, Saturday night, Chris, it doesn't matter. The curse will always be there for the black and yellow. Tenari battling there with Lindley. And now Tenari finally called for the foul. Lindley stays down for a second.
Tenari never want to shy away from a battle in midfield, right? That's kind of been a little bit of an issue maybe in the past. There was the red card earlier on in the season for 2 yellows. But, referee just having a quiet word with him, but I think he's just letting him know he's there right now.
Yeah, Tenari, a very tenacious player, Chris, as we see as Lindley goes back down to ground, and now the trainer will be called on for San Antonio. Tenari offering him a little bit of encouragement, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure this is definitely not a time wasting or anything like that maybe the crowd are hinting to right now, like this early on in the game. I think he got whacked on the back of the calf, it maybe looks like, and that can be a sore one.
So, Chris, we're in the 19th minute here. What have you seen so far from each side?
Well, San Antonio appear to have set up very similar to what we saw on Saturday with Austin. They're going to defend pretty deep. They're going to defend in numbers, and they're going to try and pick New Mexico United off on the counter-attack. New Mexico United have started off very similar as well. They're going to attack in the wide areas. Harry Schwartz, Josh Suggs, Austin Yearwood started to get forward. There's been lots of opportunities to put crosses in the box. It's what happens ahead of the ball. That's what's going to be the hope, some kind of different factor in today's game if we're going to get a goal.
Tonight's battle here between these two sides, it's a battle for second place in the Mountain Division. New Mexico United wins. That would send them above El Paso to second place. El Paso on 12 points, New Mexico United on 11 points. El Paso also the only remaining unbeaten team in the championship. They'll be playing on Friday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time against Real Monarchs. San Antonio are in fourth in the Mountain Division with 10 points. And if you're curious, it's RGV that's atop the mountain at 16 points. Back underway here, the Magic Minute in full swing.
You see there was a decent ball in by Gallegos. They had the matchup they probably wanted. They had Dylan had just peeled away from Caelan Ryden and was matched up against Austin Yearwood, and that's a bit of a mismatch at the back post there. But Austin Yearwood did really well to win that battle in that case.
Yeah, and Yearwood, he's a guy that, he was rested last game. When Troy Lesane was asked about that in his post-match press conference, Chris, he said, yeah, the lineup selection tonight, talking about last Saturday, it was a little bit about rest. And I think Austin Yearwood is one of those players that you're going to expect to see at least 90% of the time in that starting lineup. So perhaps it's a nice little break for him.
I think 2020 he was one of the most improved players for New Mexico United from year one.
Here's Tenari. Plays it out for Swartz. Harry Swartz, cross, goes off of Lemma, and it's another Bank of America corner kick.
I like that idea, though. Harry Swartz, he didn't take a touch there. He tried to make an early delivery and don't allow San Antonio to get set up in the middle and defend that 6-yard box like what we've seen so far. So good idea to get that early cross in there.
Here's Josh Suggs. Leads the team coming into this one with crosses. He's put in 21. Suggs plays that one in, back post, and headed away by Varela. Yearwood just scoops that one out, and it's going to be a goal kick for San Antonio. I don't know if he thought maybe Cardoni was off his line. I'm not entirely sure what Yearwood was trying to do with that one.
I'm guessing that wasn't his shot. I think he tried to get a little more whip on it and just miskicked it, essentially. So it kind of got away from him and floated over the crossbar. I think he was trying, it looked like Josh Suggs maybe had snuck open at the back post, so he was trying to whip it into that back post, but just, like I say, got the technique slightly wrong.
Cardoni sends that one away. 94 degrees here at Isotopes Park. Summer is here in the desert, Chris. As Tenari plays that one through, looking for Suggs, but it's cut out. Epps playing it forward, looking for Dylan.
See, San Antonio had 5 guys around the ball there trying to win it back. They're hounding the ball every time New Mexico United get any kind of touch on it.
Here's Swartz, near side. For Moreno. Moreno taken down, and that's going to be a foul called on Gallegos. That's his 3rd foul so far in this one. Just 23 minutes in, he's already received a talking to from the official, Chris. It looks like he's escaped a yellow card for the time being, but he's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, but I like that from the referee, letting them play, still, letting them know that he's watching them, but not bringing out the yellow card, because if you do get a yellow card so early in the game, it can affect the way the players have to approach the game.
Here's Michael Azira. Plays it over for Tete. Guzman now. Guzman with an errant pass that's picked away by Gallegos. Gallegos, the 19-year-old on this San Antonio roster. Tell you what, Chris, when I was 19, I was not playing professional football.
Yeah, he did really well there, right? He kind of ran into a little bit of a cul-de-sac and managed to draw the foul because he was in a bit of trouble there. 3 New Mexico United players around him, and I say managed to get the foul there, get his team further up the field.
Lindley to take. Plays it short for Peruzza. Peruzza slides it through, and that goes across the face of goal, and somehow San Antonio do not score. That was very, very dangerous.
I can't believe that ball rolled across the 6-yard box like that, and no one was there to tap it in. That great ball by Peruzza. Well-worked free kick by San Antonio. Caught New Mexico United completely napping. They were not ready for the short corner, assuming when you see someone like Schuberg in the box, you expect that they're maybe going to deliver it. Short free kick, and really good delivery. And yeah, just can't believe there wasn't anyone there just to poke it home. And Dylan, maybe the surface, maybe it came at him a little quick, but snatched at the chance and an escape for New Mexico United.
As we saw, Tambakis was on the ground there. If Dylan puts that shot on frame, I don't think Tambakis has a shot at saving that. Alas, it's 0-0 here in the 25th minute. Tyler Ortega, Chris Hurst here on the call this evening. Thank you for hanging out with us and watching some Wednesday night USL Championship action, whether you're watching on ESPN Plus or in the state of New Mexico on Estrella TV. Here comes San Antonio. It's Peruzza, as he is dispossessed momentarily by Rashid Tete. Peruzza comes back under control. Lindley now. Gallegos has loads of space, and he's played in. Here's Gallegos. On the right foot, marked by Swartz. Cuts it back. Guzman now helping. And that cross just played up and out. And San Antonio, they're finding some space, Chris.
Yeah, they're starting to have a little spell here for sure. And I tell you what, really well defended by New Mexico United there. Didn't bite. Gallegos, really tricky player. Just stood him up, forced him to go negative. Set the ball in a poor cross in the end. But yeah, definitely San Antonio having a little bit of joy, especially down that left side over there with Gallegos. Peruzza starting to come more and more into the game as well.
Here's Andrew Tenari. Finds Brian Brown. Brown ran off the ball. It's Epps now, plays it forward. Here's Dylan sizing it up, and no issue at all there. New Mexico United quick on the restart.
It's another opportunity though, right? Another opportunity for San Antonio there. They're starting, I mean, they're getting closer. Yes, it's gone over the bar, but again, a lot of space for Dylan to run into there and really uncontested.
Here's Yearwood. Back for Ryden. Tete. Back for a 0 once more.
See, this is the possession that everyone's been talking about. Pretty easy possession, a little bit more dynamic. What can come of it?
Cross goes in, and it's Schuberg sending that one away.
See, just a little change of pace opened up the opportunity because it was pretty patient, a little slow maybe to start off with.
Gallegos making a menacing run once more. Tries a little 1-2 with Dylan. Goes to ground. No foul called. Armando Moreno. Moreno now running at the back line. Plays it forward for Brown. As Doyle goes to ground, and Brian Brown going to be whistled for the foul. San Antonio missing a huge piece of their offense tonight, Chris. Their leading goal scorer, Santiago Patino, is suspended for this match after receiving a red card against Colorado Springs on June 5th. He leads the team in goals scored, as I mentioned, with 5. Second on the team is Epps with 2.
Yeah, they've got a lot of firepower on the field though tonight. You know that in the past, in recent weeks, they've played with 3, and it's been Epps and Gallegos either side of Dillon. They've brought in Perusa today, which obviously last year in the 2020 season, 3 goals in 5 appearances, on loan from Toronto, got MLS pedigree, so he's not a bad replacement, and they'll be looking to him to maybe pitch in tonight.
Ball falls to Epps. Now Swartz gets in to cut that pass out before it can find Dillon. Gallegos just such a shifty player when he's on the ball. So Lindley pokes that one, and it's played all the way back to Cardoni. Lemma now looking for Perusa with the long ball. It falls. Here's Dillon. Marked by Tete. Perusa now. And just loses control of that one, and Suggs is there. Only goes as far as Lindley.
San Antonio really starting to build up a head of steam here. Every time New Mexico United win the ball, it's coming straight back at them, straight back down their throat.
The offside flag is up on Marcus Epps. The assistant referee on the far side, Epps, really not a fan of that one, as he's going to get a talking to from our official. Here's Elton Garcia, is in charge of tonight's match. Here's Suggs. Suggs making the run down, cross played in, and out of reach of Brian Brown, and Lemma will play it out on the near side for a throw-in. Here's Guzman. Moreno now. Moreno looking for Tinari, and perhaps just a lapse in communication there. Tinari looked to be through.
Yeah, that's the first time really Moreno's had a chance with the ball at his feet to try and make something happen for a few minutes here, and you could see he was trying to inject some pace, a little bit of dynamism into the attack as well, which has been a little bit lacking. It's a little bit one-dimensional right now from New Mexico United.
Long ball played forward, and Ryden heads it over for Austin Yearwood. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and their players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. It's Josh Suggs. He's got an overlapping run from Yearwood. Yearwood left-footed cross, and it's poked away. Falls back to Kalen Ryden. Now Tete. Zira looking for Swartz. Now Tinari. In for Brown. Plays it back. Harry Swartz. Yearwood. In for Tinari. Tinari finds Suggs in the box. Suggs! Scores for New Mexico United in the 33rd minute. Hits the backflip. The captain breaking the 0-0 deadlock.
Absolutely brilliant. So that was the little movement. Moreno tried it just a couple of minutes earlier where they play the ball into the forward's foot and a quick pass to break the line through the middle. Instead of going around the outside, they tried it again and before. This time it worked, and it was the run from Suggs from out to in, completely unmarked. Quick little turn, finishes with his weak foot on his right foot.
That is the first goal of the season for the Las Cruces, New Mexico native Josh Suggs. As we have a look here at this TLC replay, Suggs corner pocket. Cardoni just couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, like I said, that run, it's really hard to follow that. They've got numbers, and you can see just, great first touch. Appealing for offside, couldn't see anything there. Great little ball inside there. I think that was Tinari played that little reverse ball just against the grain. Great first touch. Didn't really need to do much else other than pop it in the back of the net.
Suggs scoring, as I said, for the first time this season for New Mexico United.
You can almost sense the relief around the stadium as well, right? Like the first goal that's been scored here for a while, and also from open play. The Chelo Martinez goal against Real Monarchs, the last goal that New Mexico United scored, and that was direct from a free kick. So that was great interplay from New Mexico United. Like I said, it was becoming a little bit obvious maybe what they were trying to do, and they just showed a couple of minutes earlier with Moreno trying to play that little reverse ball. Didn't come off, came off the second time with Tonari playing the ball.
Well, now you see that what jolt of energy that's put into these players. Now look at these New Mexico United players sprinting all around the field as Josh Suggs, the captain, scoring the first goal here at the Lab for New Mexico United since the home opener against Austin, where they won 3-1 against Bold, as Epps turns Yearwood around, headed away by Ryden, falls to Gleedle now. Tries to get it back from Lindley, and Austin Yearwood is there, and he's fouled by Sam Gleedle.
A little bit of frustration showing from Gleedle there. Obviously, the goals just come. Yearwood did really good just to get his body in the way there. It was either going to let the ball run out for a throw-in, goal kick if it was going to go that far, or get the foul, and really Gleedle's let New Mexico United off the hook there a little bit.
That was Andrew Tonari's second assist of the season, as he assisted Armando Moreno back against Austin here on the 15th of May, the home opener. And now that sees Tonari tied for the team lead in assists with 2 with Harry Swartz. Moreno does well to turn, but goes to ground, no foul called. Tonari tries the back heel. Ryden is there to intercept that. It looked like Perusa might have thought he was through. Suggs and Guzman just passing it back and forth to each other. Here's Azira. Tonari now. Plays a cross in, and it's up over the head of Brian Brown. No Sergio Rivas tonight, Chris. No Chelo Martinez, but Andrew Tonari stepping in, filling in that 10 spot very nicely so far.
Yeah, it's a different role for him, with Michael Zero, Juan Pablo Guzman, and Tonari. Lots of experience in there. Tonari possibly being the more creative and the one that's buzzing around in there, and he's doing a great job of it right now.
There was a late notice on Sergio Rivas, as we found out just this morning, Chris. He's had some sort of groin injury, so he is not in the squad for New Mexico tonight. Rivas, he's made 6 appearances, 5 starts on the season. He started the past 5 matches, actually, leading up to this one. That ball is out for a San Antonio throw.
Armando Moreno talked in the press conference this week about more diagonal runs ahead of the ball, and you can see, just spotted again there, Josh Suggs off the ball there. He was making a massive run from out to in again, and he was in if he was spotted. Kalen Ryden didn't spot him and opted to try and play Harry Schwartz instead, but it's that movement, and they said even if they don't get the ball, it's those unselfish runs, maybe trying to create space for others as well.
And that goal from Josh Suggs was brought to you by T-Mobile. Here's Yearwood. Suggs with the overlapping run, elects for Moreno instead. Moreno tries to get past Epps. Still in possession, finds Tonari. Moreno looks like he may have taken a knock there. He's wincing.
Yeah, he's definitely got some issue there, and he didn't appreciate Tonari trying to pass him the ball straight away either. I think they're going to knock it out of play here, allow him to get some treatment maybe.
Maybe not. Tonari in for Brown. Out for Swartz now. Harry Swartz near side, getting past Lemma, cross, and sent away by Doyle.
I'd love to see something different here. A little short corner, something like that. Just mix it up a little bit. Keep it. That it worked for San Antonio earlier, where it kept New Mexico United on the toes. I know that they might not fall for it again, but yeah, just kind of try something a little different rather than just shelling the ball into the box on these corners.
It's another Bank of America corner kick here for New Mexico United, as the goal scorer Josh Suggs is over to take, as we enter the 39th minute here at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park. Suggs, left-footed cross, and it's headed away by Schuberg. Falls back for for Suggs now. Guzman Suggs. Cross in, looking back post. Ryden was there, but it's Varela that wins that one. Or excuse me, Dylan was actually back there to win that one. Perusa looking for Epps on the long diagonal ball. Marcus Epps able to keep it in play. He's going up against Tete. Tries a couple of step overs, and Yearwood plays it out.
Tete did well there just to slow the game down a little bit. Epps running at him. It's a daunting task when he's doing that. And yeah, a couple of step overs didn't quite work. It looked like it bobbled maybe a little bit, which helped, I think, helped New Mexico United to defend the danger as well.
Throw in here's Gallegos. Puts the shot on frame, and it's saved by Tambakis.
So strong, Gallegos.
And that was a sliding challenge there from Suggs, playing it out, and it's going to be a throw in here for San Antonio. Gleedle.
Tenari looks like he might have a little issue here. Gallegos there just used his body strength. He's such a low center of gravity. Just used his body to shield the ball. And Tenari ran right into him. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but great play by Gallegos.
And that ball is played in, and it's Dylan, blocked by Kalen Ryden. Another Bank of America corner kick coming up here.
San Antonio having another little spell here. Great ball over the top. Everyone was waiting for the offside flag, which never came. It's almost like Dylan was waiting for it as well, because he waited a little too long to pull the trigger and gave Kalen Ryden just the chance just to get back and get the sliding tackle.
Corner coming up here for the visitors. Cross played in near post, goes to Epps. Guzman will play it back for Azira, and the danger is cleared away. Throw in here to Perusa. That's an errant pass that falls. Here's Gallegos, switches it up. Gallegos tries to work his way through Kalen Ryden, who didn't look too bothered by that. Long range effort. And it's going to be a goal kick.
That did not look far away at all. You can always tell by the goalkeeper's reaction, and Tambakis was scrambling. He wasn't sure if this was going wide or not. New Mexico United had a couple of opportunities to clear it. Didn't. First one falls to Gallegos. Gallegos didn't want to pull the trigger. Kept trying to dance. Didn't end up getting the shot away. Ball pops out. Shot, like I say, Tambakis looked worried. I wouldn't mind seeing that back.
I believe it was Cam Lindley that let that one rip from long range. Well, in shots like that, if you're the keeper, you're going to remember that later on in the match. Guzman, as that pass intercepted. It's Gallegos once again. And that's a great through ball played forward for Dylan. He's receiving help with Perusa. Here's Dylan, and it's poked away by Ryden. It's a corner kick coming up here for the visitors.
Gallegos basically running the show right now. Best player on the field. Really hard for anyone to get the ball off him. Picking passes, running at defenders, tricks. Just missing that final little piece right now.
43rd minute. It's New Mexico United 1, San Antonio FC 0. My name's Tyler Ortega, joined by Chris Hurst. And Chris, it was Josh Suggs finding the back of the net in the 33rd minute to send the black and yellow on top here in this one. But San Antonio's been knocking on the door. Here's another corner kick coming up, as that one's met by Dylan and just unable to redirect that one towards goal.
From set pieces, definitely San Antonio have a bit of a size advantage there. You know, great ball in. It wasn't like floated, it was whipped in, so it was just asking for someone to attack it. And a good challenge by New Mexico United there. I believe it was Tete who jumped with them as well, so just did enough just to put them off.
Yearwood gets it back from Azira, now over to Kalen Ryden. Ryden out of Norman, Oklahoma. As I mentioned, he'll call New Mexico home for at least the next couple of years. Plays it far side over to Suggs. He's got Yearwood overlapping. Gets it right back, does Suggs. Guzman. Swartz loses possession there, but no issues.
Harry Swartz has an uncanny knack of when he's already fallen down and he's on the ground, he still manages to keep the ball somehow.
Guzman plays that one in. Suggs was at the back post looking to bag a brace here tonight, but Cardoni comes out to snatch that one.
It's interesting that we're mentioning Suggs' name a lot more in the opposing box than we are maybe Brown or Moreno or something like that, you know. So it's it's an interesting tactic from Coach Lassane. Suggs, Schwartz pushing up very high in the attack.
They're pushing up, and Brian Brown, for what it's worth, is sinking in.
Yeah, same as Moreno as well. Moreno and Tenari are really playing like two underneath Brown. Both Azira and Guzman are both sitting deep, so they're allowing the wing backs to just fly on.
Here's Tete. Zira now. There's 2 minutes of New Mexico Pinon coffee stoppage time. Great coffee is a matter of opinion. Varela dispossessed there by Guzman. Moreno now. Tenari back for Yearwood. Tete. Tete stands 6 feet tall out of Accra, Ghana, in his third season with New Mexico United. Suggs. Still Suggs. Now Tenari over for Azira. Tete. Into Brown at the corner of the 18 and play it back to Tete. United look content to dominate possession for the entirety of stoppage time, Chris. This one, it's Mando Moreno, and a bobbling one finds its way to Matthew Cardoni.
That was beautiful soccer there by New Mexico United there, though. Ball into Brown's feet, holds it up. Little ball, little touch around the corner, finally finds its way to Moreno, just shifts the ball slightly, opens up for the shot, so he hits it. No real issue for Cardoni, but really good possession there. And it was all about the tempo for New Mexico United. While they were keeping the ball, the pace of the ball was really good, and it was hard for San Antonio to stay in their shape.
And that is the halftime whistle here at the Lab. New Mexico United 1, San Antonio 0. Chris, what did you see in that first 45?
I think you could probably make the argument that San Antonio could feel unlucky not to have at least scored one goal as well. They've definitely come to play. They haven't come to just sit. They've come and they've created chances. New Mexico United took the one of two maybe clear-cut chances they've had, and they'll be very happy with that.
As we have a look here, it was Gallegos putting that shot on frame there. As Gallegos, you said he has been running the show this evening, Chris.
Yeah, and there's the goal as well, where it just popped into Suggs, but finishes off with his right foot.
We're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll be right back.
running, trying to make this thing work. It's running. Yeah, let's go.
What if we were wrong this whole time? Wrong in thinking that joy happens only at the end, after the sacrifice, after the win. What if happiness has always been there, fueling the run toward greatness? What if joy is the whole game, not just the end game?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Welcome back to Isotopes Park, ladies and gentlemen. It is halftime here at this one between New Mexico United and San Antonio FC. Halftime is brought to you by Smith's Fresh for Everyone. It is a hot night here in the desert, and New Mexico United on top by way of a Josh Suggs goal here, Chris. The fourth meeting between these two sides. We've not seen a draw since. What are you expecting to see here going into the second half?
Well, it was an exciting first half. In all honesty, you know, it was probably exactly the opposite of what we witnessed on Saturday and all that, you know. But yeah, both teams coming to play. Both teams finding different ways to try and pick the other team apart. San Antonio, Gallegos, he's been an absolute shining light for them going forwards. Really hard to get off the ball, really dynamic, picking passes, dribbling, shots. He's got the full package. And New Mexico United moving the ball and started changing it towards the end, where they popped it in the middle and found a way through by some quick interchanges and combinations in the middle. So really exciting second half coming up.
We're going to step aside for...
Vitiello's there again, second header.
Here's a chance for Cicerone. Russell Cicerone, the leading goal scorer.
In the 2019 Reader's Choice Awards from the Albuquerque Journal, Sandia Resort and Casino was voted Albuquerque's favorite casino. Best customer service, best entertainment venue, best slot machines and poker room, best variety of table games, best rewards program, and best golf course. Best buffet, favorite nightclub, favorite casino. Albuquerque, you deserve the best. Sandia Resort and Casino, close to home, far from ordinary.
We've all worked hard to beat this thing.
The worst may be behind us.
But we're not out of the woods.
To get back to normal, we all need to do our part.
So keep your mask up.
And your distance.
Whether you're out on the town,
Out to eat.
or out of this world.
Keep making safe choices.
Slow the spread.
So we can stay open.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Isotopes Park, Rio Grande Credit Union Field, New Mexico United 1, San Antonio FC 0. It is halftime here, presented by Smith's, fresh for everyone. It was Josh Suggs finding the back of the net in his 200th USL appearance, Chris, sending New Mexico United on top here in the 33rd minute tonight. But before we get into all of that, let's have a look at the halftime stats here, presented by Duke City Cares, your medical family. And the most important stat of all, Chris, that one that we see at the very top, it is goals, 1-0 New Mexico United. But the shots for San Antonio, they've got the black and yellow doubled up, 8 shots to 4. But again, New Mexico United dominating possession here with almost 74%.
Yeah, in the possession, you got to say most of it was on the middle third of the field, as proven in the shots. You know, San Antonio, while they didn't have as much of the ball, they were very efficient with it. Again, Gallegos, I keep coming back to the same guy over and over again. He's so dynamic and wants to get the ball forward so quickly. And he's so hard to stop, whether it's with the ball at his feet dribbling or whether he's picking passes to Epps, to Perusa, to Dillon. He's been a joy to watch in that first half.
And we saw the one offside that was called there in the first half against Marcus Epps. As we have a look at the Mountain Division here in the Western Conference, it's Rio Grande Valley. The Toros sitting at the top with 16 points. Locomotive in second place with 12 points. It's very jumbled up here in places 2 through 4, Chris. If either of these teams win tonight, United or San Antonio, that vaults them right up into second place.
Yeah, it's still obviously very early in the season, you know, but it's really tight, really congested. El Paso, a couple of games in hand by the end of tonight, this evening as well. But you can only worry about the game that's right in front of you, right? And tonight, that's what's on everyone's agenda. San Antonio, New Mexico, they want the 3 points tonight, put them in the position to be right behind Rio Grande Valley in the league there.
So we have a look at some of the news and notes from around the league. If you haven't heard yet, it is the W League has been announced. They're going to begin play in 2022. That is...
B-Dubs gives you more with buy one, get one free traditional wings on Wing Tuesdays. It's like hitting the lottery. Twice! Right in the mouth! The win-win value lineup at Buffalo Wild Wings. Get takeout or delivery.
For over 50 years, BIOS has been proudly serving New Mexico. We love being a part of this community and the New Mexico United family, and helping everyone from homeowners to home builders create a space that's both beautiful and practical. Shopping local is about more than getting a great deal. It's about supporting your community, your neighbors, your friends. Visit BIOS in Albuquerque and see how shopping local supports your New Mexico community.
American Home Furniture and Mattress has all the looks you'll love at the prices you'll love even more. Casual, traditional, high desert, modern style. Plus, right now, save up to 50% on modern seating. The best looks at the best prices. In-store or online at AmericanHome.com. Plus, now offering free front door delivery. We guarantee you'll pay less. American Home Furniture and Mattress.
Get your associate's degree in 17 months with CNM Online. A fast degree, no hidden fees, books included, all at an affordable price. All of your courses can be completed online. Take the next step in your career. Get your degree from CNM Online.
Hate bones? Love saving money? B-Dubs gives you more with buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. So keep the bones in your wallet and out of your chicken. The win-win value lineup at Buffalo Wild Wings. Get takeout or delivery.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park. It is New Mexico United 1, San Antonio FC 0 here at halftime, presented by Smith's, fresh for everyone. As we have a look at some of these first half highlights here, Chris, and it was Perusa here. They caught New Mexico United napping on that free kick. They probably should have scored on this one.
Yeah, you roll the box inside, the ball inside the 6-yard box, and no one touches it. And it comes to Dillon, snatches at it, just bobbles at the last minute, so he pops it over the bar.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. You know, you can see Schuberg wishing he had another chance at that, but they did get another chance. It was Gallegos here with this one, forcing Tambakis to make a save. Chris, and we saw Tinari get turned inside out twice on that outside corner there.
Yeah, and Tambakis, great save and pushed the ball away from danger as well. And here's the goal from Josh Suggs, like we talked about earlier. Really great first touch with his left foot, and it just sits up so nicely for him. He just pops it in, just passes it into the net with his right foot there.
The 200th appearance for the captain of this New Mexico United side. Also, the USL's all-time leader in minutes played, showing that he's still got a little bit of gas left in the tank. You love to see it.
Yeah, what a flip. I know I couldn't do that.
As San Antonio, they've got a ton of shots so far here, Chris. 8 shots in the first 45 minutes. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, that's a theme for San Antonio. Last week they had a season-high 14 shots on goal last week in the 1-1 tie. And in 4 of their 7 games, they've created at least 10 chances. They're well on their way to make it 5 out of 8. So they are a very attack-minded team. And again, like I said, they only had 26% of the possession, created 6 opportunities, and as we showed in the highlights there, some very, very good opportunities. New Mexico United, Tambakis, great save on that one from Gallegos. A little bit of luck maybe for New Mexico United and the Dillon one. It rolled across and it just bobbled on him. But I think, not wanting to do the commentator's curse, I'd be very surprised if San Antonio don't create another number of good chances in the second half.
And that was a long halftime there for New Mexico United as their players come out straight onto the pitch, and it's essentially time to kick this second half off. If you're Troy Lesesne, Chris, what's the halftime message?
Well, one thing, it's obviously keep it tight at the back. While there have been chances, they've kind of, they've kept them at arm's length. They've limited them to a couple of very good chances. The rest have been sighters from distance, things like that. So I'm sure it's much of the same. Attacking-wise, it's changing the pace of the ball. As soon as they increase the tempo of the ball, it caused problems for San Antonio. But again, when you're 1-0 up, the biggest talking point is keep the door shut at the back. If they finish with a clean sheet, they've won this game.
Troy Lesesne in his 3rd year at the helm of New Mexico United. And Chris, if they finish with a clean sheet here tonight, that'll be their 3rd consecutive clean sheet on the season, which it's a little bit of a switch up. I mean, they conceded in each of their first 5 matches so far, but all of a sudden, something's clicking on that defensive end.
Yeah, for sure. And it is. It's great when teams have such a solid defensive base. Same as San Antonio. If you know that you maybe only have to go into games scoring 1 goal to win a game, that's a huge advantage.
And on the other side, Chris, if you're San Antonio head coach Alan Marcina, what are you trying to do here in this second half? I mean, you've created the chances. Obviously, your game plan has been to sit back, try to counterattack a little bit, but you've got no goals to show for it.
Yeah, but you've got to imagine he's actually probably got to be pretty pleased. Despite the scoreline, he's got to be pretty pleased because there were some very good opportunities. So it's probably a little bit, more of the same. Just find that killer instinct in the 18-yard box to finish off one of those chances.
Our first Bank of America corner kick coming up here in this second half as Guzman poked that one away there from Epps. Heading over to take the free kick, that's Cam Lindley. Lindley gives the signal and delivers it near post, and it's met by Brian Brown, and it's going to be another corner kick here for San Antonio. Another corner played in, this time back post, and Varela climbing the ladder there, just unable to direct that one on frame.
2 very different deliveries there. First one, try to get the front post, little flick on. Second one, loop to the back post, hoping to get Varela at the back there.
And it looks like they actually called a foul there on Varela. Tete looking for the run of Andrew Tinari, and Tinari almost came away with that one, but Schuberg clears it out.
No such thing as a lost cause when Andrew Tinari's around. Schuberg having a little word with him. I'm not sure what that was about, to be honest.
Well, and we know Tinari can be a bit of a firecracker, as you can tell. Tinari upset about something. He probably is giving up maybe 1.5 feet in height there to Schuberg. But that's the spirit that you like to see from your players. Oh, and that's a miscommunication there between Azira and Suggs on the far side. Out for his San Antonio throw.
Interesting little switch for New Mexico United here. Harry Schwartz with his right foot has popped up on the left here. And Josh Suggs is on the right.
Here's Schwartz, marked by Gleadle. Schwartz will just play it back to Yearwood. Over to Schwartz. Tinari now. Tinari loses possession. Epps plays it over to Lindley, and now Varela will play it forward. Peruzza. Here's Peruzza. He's got Dylan on the far side. Peruzza still. And it's the veteran Michael Azira getting in to disrupt momentarily, and Peruzza sends that shot wide.
Really good recovery speed by Austin Yearwood there. Peruzza was off to the races. The clearance from the San Antonio defense wasn't just hoof it up the field. They actually found his feet and he got to turn and run at them. Azira back there to help as well. Finally dealt with the danger.
The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create welcoming and safe environments for all fans, players, staff, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud as Cardoni makes the save, and it's going to be a throw-in here for the black and yellow.
See that little change in tempo again. Moreno, just a little ball around the corner into Brown. There it is again. It's quite a lively start, back and forth in the second half here. San Antonio had a chance to break. New Mexico United coming forward, setting up for a really interesting second half here.
Yeah, Mondo Moreno shaking his head in disgust as he is in search of his third goal of this 2021 campaign. As Cardoni will send that one long, looking for Epps. Azira heads it back. Epps now. 2 goals on the year for Marcus Epps. Gleadle. Yearwood does well to win possession back there, and that's a foul going to be called against Sam Gleadle.
I really like the way the referee's handling this right now. No yellow cards so far. There's been some chippy stuff, but he's just kind of kept a lid on it, managed it really well without having to go into his pocket.
Here's Schwartz. Pokes it around. Schwartz still in possession. Here comes Harry Schwartz. He's got Brian Brown in the middle. Schwartz cuts it across. Suggs, no, it falls to Azira. And Azira still in possession, crosses it over. Moreno, and it's headed away by Schuberg. Back into the 18. Ball bouncing around and eventually poked away by Peruzza. As you said, Chris, lively stuff here in the opening 5 minutes of the second half. As Schuberg looks to just be getting frustrated, just tossed Moreno around.
Yeah, he's already had a word with them, and there was no hiding that. He didn't even try and how he was doing, but yeah, look at that shot by Armando Moreno there. Just sat up nice for him, hits it, and it bounces right in front of Cordero, so he does really well to push it away from danger.
Looks like Guzman will be set up to take this Fiesta Auto Group free kick. Plays it out wide. It's Yearwood. Tinari's asking for it at the near post. Yearwood now. Yearwood! With a bender, Austin Yearwood makes it 2-0 in the 52nd minute, and the Lab is rocking.
Oh my goodness. Out of nowhere, Austin Yearwood just pops it, turns in on his right foot, and just bends an absolute delightful ball into the top corner right there. Wow, what a finish.
And that one going in right in front of the curse as Austin Yearwood makes his way to the supporters group of the black and yellow. The smoke bombs are going off. That one caught me by surprise. Goals brought to you by T-Mobile. T-Mobile has Austin Yearwood covered. How about that?
He's it, absolute top bins. Cordone has absolutely no chance. And Austin Yearwood, it almost looks like he's a little surprised as well. He thinks about the cross and just absolutely unleashes one. And it catches everyone off guard.
Side netting, but my favorite part is the celebration as he just runs around with the Michael Jordan shrug. Brilliant stuff there by Austin Yearwood. And that's his first goal of this season. That makes it the 8th different goal scorer of this season for New Mexico United. So the black and yellow showing that no matter who's on the pitch, Chris, they can find the back of the net. And that, you could tell, Chris, that was the moment that the black and yellow faithful have been waiting for. The last 2 appearances here at home in front of their home fans, they've gone scoreless. Those being against Loudoun, and then just a few days ago for the second time against Austin Bold. It took them a little bit more than 50 minutes, but New Mexico United are on top 2-0 here. They've got a 2-goal cushion, but a 2-0 lead, Chris, is one of the most dangerous.
For sure, but you got to... San Antonio would be really disappointed. Whatever they talked about at halftime is now just completely thrown out the window. They have to change something. It looks like they're getting ready to make their first substitution of the day as well. Yeah, they're going to have to change something to try and get themselves back into this game now.
Can it be 3? Amando plays it forward for Swartz. Here's Swartz, crosses back post. Brown and Suggs were both there, but it's headed away by San Antonio only briefly. Lema and Azira battling there as the veteran Michael Azira able to win possession. Guzman now is looking for, I don't know if he's looking for Swartz there or Brian Brown. Not quite sure on that one yet as the ball makes its way all the way back to Alex Tembakis. Suggs. Azira goes down, and Tenari now in possession. Tenari, he's got options, elects to go for Swartz. Here's Harry Swartz. Swartz, perhaps looking to replicate what we just saw from Austin Yearwood.
Yeah, again, just cut inside. He kind of just thought, hey, why not?
As we see a sub coming in here for San Antonio. It's number 7, Nathan, subbing in for number 77, Perusa. It looks like we're also seeing a change here for the home side as Sam Hamilton enters into the match as he replaces Rashid Tete. Those substitutions are brought to you by REDW, CPAs and advisors. There's no substitution for integrity.
Really solid first start for Rashid Tete. 55 minutes under the belt there. Did really well, considering how long it's been since he's been on the field. Yeah, stepped on and looked like he's a veteran, basically.
You know, and for Tete, I'm sure that's got to feel good. You know, as we said, you're talking about a guy who is so instrumental in the first couple of years for United as Glito crosses that one into the box and headed away. Lema now tries to control that, but loses possession. Tenari in for Azira. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton had started every match up until tonight, but he makes an appearance regardless here in the 57th minute. Azira switches it for Swartz on the near side. Here's Harry Swartz. Marked by Gleedle. Swartz Step over, cross. Here's Tenari, gets it back to Swartz, and the offside flag is up. A potential playoff clash brings the 2021 schedule into summer as the USL on ESPN heats up on ESPN Deportes. With the tables taking shape, the Miami FC welcomes Birmingham Legion for a cross-divisional showdown in the Sunshine State. Catch the action live Wednesday, June 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Here's Gallegos. Been fairly quiet in the second half as Gallegos, after really bossing the midfield and a lot of that first half. Nathan loses possession. Epps. Brown will play it out for Sam Hamilton. Here's Austin Yearwood charging forward, playing it into Armando Moreno atop the 18. Far side, it's Josh Suggs. Suggs on the left foot. Azira now plays it over for Swartz, flicks it on. Yearwood once again. He's got options. Yearwood looking for the return ball to Harry Swartz. It's cut out, and it's another Bank of America corner kick. And that is Austin Yearwood. Swartz to take this corner. Moreno running up to take it short, and he receives that. Here's Armando Moreno. That shot blocked by Gallegos. Swartz, though, has tons of space. Harry Swartz crosses it in, but finds Lemma, and it's going back the other way. A foot race between Azira and Nathan, and Michael Azira is going to win that one.
Great tracking there by Azira. Just used his experience, just kept his body between Nathan and the ball, turned out of it. Really well done.
Here's Suggs. United attacking once more. Suggs crosses in, looking for Moreno at the near post, but no issue there for Doyle.
Definite change in the second half. New Mexico United, a lot less crosses from like the corner of the 18-yard box that are floated in high, and more driving to the end line, low, hard crosses in, which obviously takes the height advantage that San Antonio have out of the equation.
Suggs plays it over for Guzman. That's poked away momentarily by Lindley. Yearwood. Played back to Tambakis. Here's Guzman. Subbed off in the 70th minute against Austin just a few days ago. Here's Moreno now. Moreno thought about it on the left foot, switches it back to the right, goes to ground, not going to get that call.
I think he had the opportunity to hit it there with his left foot, and he didn't take it. He wanted to bring it back onto his right. He'll be disappointed there, I believe. Schuberg is claiming that there was a handball as well in there somewhere. He's still arguing with the assistant referee.
So you see Armando Moreno there on this TLC replay. As you said, right there, it looked like he had the opportunity, but I mean, it's easy to say that as we're not staring Schuberg down right in front of us. All 6'7" of him.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
As it's another REDW substitution here for San Antonio. Cuello makes his way into the match as he replaces Cam Lindley. That substitution brought to you by REDW CPAs and Advisors. There's no substitution for integrity. Dangerous ball played across there, but New Mexico able to retain possession. Swartz plays it back for Yearwood, who then plays it back for Ryden. Moreno. Now Azira. Tenari. Here's Yearwood. Plays it forward now. Yearwood crosses it in, back post, and Lemma heads that one away. Looked like he had Brian Brown making the run through, but he was going towards the near post. So that ball poked away, and now going back the other way with San Antonio. Chipped forward for Epps, and that was a very well-weighted ball there, Chris, as Epps now squeezes his way around Hamilton. Here's Epps. Epps! And it skies that one, but a lot of pace on that shot.
A little flash there. San Antonio have really struggled to get any kind of attacking impetus going in the second half, and there he just kind of catches Sam Hamilton a little flat-footed, gets inside, it opens up for him, he tries to find that top corner. But you can see at the other end, Austin Yearwood, left centre-back, still breaking forward. No sign of New Mexico United, just sitting on this 2-0 lead. Looks like they're going for the third.
Epps, he was one of our players to watch in the pregame, showing you exactly why with that one right there. Tambakis will stick a foot through it. Falls to Guzman, now back for Ryden. Looking for the run of Josh Suggs, and he connects, but Suggs with a little bit of a heavy first touch as Brian Brown goes to ground. It's an excellent excellent challenge there by, I believe it was Doyle.
There's that run from out to in again from Josh Suggs with the inverted wingers, you know, with the left footer on the right side, right on the left. It makes it a lot easier for them to cut inside.
Here's Nathan. Up for Gallegos. Gallegos now switches it back. Right foot. That's going to be out for a goal kick. It's been a tale of two halves for Gallegos here, Hurst. He's been pretty quiet, and you can see just maybe a little bit of frustration starting to show as well.
Yeah, and maybe some of that's a little experience, but you can't sleep on the guy. He showed his quality in the first half. That hasn't just disappeared. It's just, I feel like New Mexico United have just done a better job of preventing the ball getting to his feet. Like, how many times have we said his name? He just hasn't touched the ball as much. So they've done a really good job of keeping it away from him.
So it looks like we are going to see a couple of substitutions for New Mexico United, and Brian Brown is heading off as he'll be replaced by Devin Sandoval. Dreadless Devin Sandoval. And while we're talking about Sandoval, we'd like to wish him a happy 30th birthday today. We're also going to see number 7, Chelo Martinez, making his way onto the pitch for the black and yellow as he replaces Andrew Tenari. Those substitutions are brought to you by REDW, CPAs and Advisors. There's no substitution for integrity.
We've talked about it a couple of times already tonight, the depth of the squad of New Mexico United, being able to bring the quality of Devin Sandoval and Chelo Martinez off the bench. There's not many teams that have that that wealth of experience coming off the bench and creativity coming off the bench.
Experience, creativity, but I think most importantly is the quality of these guys. I think it's fair to say that Cello is a starter on any other Western Conference club if he walks in. And we know exactly what Devin Sandoval is capable of. As we now see the yellow card brandished for the first time, is that one's going against Doyle as Amando Moreno is laying with his back on the pitch. Moreno a little bit slow to get up. Looks like he'll be all right. As we have another look at this TLC replay, as Doyle just goes right through the back of Moreno.
Yeah, he doesn't even hide that one. It's just born out of frustration, really lights him up. And you can see Juan Pablo Guzman goes straight over to get in his face as well. He does not like that one at all.
Moreno seems to be okay as the two players, I'm sure, exchanging pleasantries. Hamilton plays it up for Sandoval. Here's Cello. Yearwood now. Here's Cello. Over for Josh Suggs. Moreno back to Hamilton. Moreno almost made his way into the 18. Ball will fall back to United once more. Errant ball there from Kalen Ryden. Here's Nathan. He's looking for the run of Dylan in the 18. Doyle fresh off his yellow card. Guzman. Over to Cello, now back for Azira. Here's Cello. Swartz is asking for it on the near side. And eventually we'll get it. Here's Harry Swartz. He's got Martinez and Sandoval and Moreno. Elects for Martinez, who plays it back for Azira. Back to Cello. A high curling ball at the back post, and it nearly fell to Devin Sandoval. As New Mexico United looking to build on this 2-0 lead here in the 71st minute.
Early a nice birthday present handed to Sandoval from Suggs there. His eyes lit up. It looked like it was just going to fall from in the 6-yard box there. Cello Martinez starting to pull the strings in midfield. Fresh legs, dictating play from in there.
Here's Cello Martinez to take the Bank of America corner kick. It's going to be a right-footed outswinger from the Brownsville, Texas native. Finds right in, and that just glances over the crossbar.
We had a really interesting perspective of that. That was right in front of us in the press box here. And again, Kalen Ryden's eyes wide open. He'd completely lost his man. Just couldn't quite get the right connection on him.
Yeah, you said it. His eyes, we could see the whites of his eyes, Chris, and we're up here on the 4th level in the press box. But Kalen Ryden, I'm sure, wishing he had another go at that one. It's very rare that Kalen Ryden gets a free run in the 18-yard box like that. Here's Cuello. As Azira interrupts momentarily, it's a throw in here for San Antonio. for the W. The USL recently announced the formation of the USL W League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the Championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more. So we had a couple of substitutions here for San Antonio. So exiting was Jose Gallegos and Justin Dillon. Entering the match is Shandon Hoppo and Ollie Wright. That ball played in. Suggs will head it back to Tambakis. Yearwood finds Moreno, brings it down. Cello now back for Moreno. Now Armando Moreno, too heavy of a touch there as Armando Moreno was looking to score his third goal of the season.
Really unselfish play there from Cello as well. Could have easily took the shot on himself, tried to do that extra pass just into Moreno there, and the ball just got away from him inside the 18-yard box.
Here's Nathan on the right foot. Plays it over to Epps. Back to Nathan. Left-footed shot, and that one goes up and over into the picnic pavilion. As those substitutions that I just mentioned with Hopiau, and I believe the other one was Ollie Wright coming in, brought to you by REDW CPAs and Advisors. There's no substitution for integrity. And Chris Epps, or excuse me, that was Nathan, struck that one very well. He's got a foot like a tractor engine.
Yeah, definitely. That's all right, Alan. Yeah, it kind of opened up, but if you notice, all the chances San Antonio are getting right now seem to be from outside the box. New Mexico United doing a good job. I just paused there because that was the commentary curse right there. Yeah, right. But they're from outside the 18-yard. New Mexico United doing just enough to keep them at arm's length, force them to take shots from 20, 25 yards out.
Martinez is fouled in the midfield by Marcus Epps. It's going to bring us another Fiesta Auto Group free kick. "75 minutes played. It's New Mexico United 2, San Antonio 0. So New Mexico United looking for their first win since beating Real Monarchs a couple of weeks ago. Here's Cello. Throw in coming up here for San Antonio. Lemma. Throw it in here. Cuello. Back for Doyle. Temperatures here in Albuquerque have gone down almost 10 degrees since kickoff, Chris. But with that being said, it's still a very warm 88 degrees out there right now.
Yeah, you can see the flagpole's not a breath of wind out there at all, so I bet you it feels still pretty warm down on the field.
Moreno goes down to ground, and we're going to see a card coming out for that one, as Nathan will be on the receiving end of that. Moreno was through, and that's a Roadrunner Law Firm yellow card. If you've been fouled in a car crash, call your legal home team, Roadrunner Law Firm. As you can see, Nathan knew exactly what he was doing there on this TLC replay. Moreno was through on goal there.
It definitely took one for the team there. He knew Moreno was going for it and was probably going to get a shot off pretty quickly, so ended the attack, keeps it at 2-0.
Here's Cello, the Fiesta Auto Group free kick, and Doyle rises up to meet that one. Hopiao. Is that one poked away from just in front of him? It's another San Antonio throw. Schuberg. Lemma up for Hopiao, looking for Cuello. United find themselves in possession. Here comes Harry Swartz. Suggs now. Here's Josh Suggs, driving run. Josh Suggs skips right into the hands of Matthew Cardoni. Suggs looking to bag a brace here tonight.
And the position he's playing right now just lends itself to him just drifting inside on his stronger left foot. Same as Harry Schwartz, even though he popped up on the right there. He's coming in off the left side there.
Another couple of subs here for the black and yellow as we see the Englishman, Chris Daniel Bruce, making his way onto the pitch as he'll be replacing Harry Swartz. And also we see Justin Schmidt making an appearance here this evening as he replaces Michael Azira. Those substitutions brought to you by REDW, CPAs and advisors. There's no substitution for integrity, so some fresh legs coming on here for Troy Lesesne.
Fresh legs. It'd be interesting to see if there's some kind of change in formation. Obviously, Schmidt coming on for a centre mid in Azira. It'd be interesting whether either Hamilton just steps into the midfield there and Schmidt at the back, or whether they go for a back four. There's a lot of left footers on the field for New Mexico United right now. Suggs, Ryden, Yearwood, Schmidt. I'm sure I forgot one, but that's pretty interesting, and all of them defenders as well. That's what's happened though. Sam Hamilton's just stepped into midfield, played there for a number of years, so shouldn't be an issue for him.
Yeah, Hamilton being replaced in that back line by Justin Schmidt, which is essentially a like-for-like switch, as Schmidt perhaps just adds a little bit more size. Ryden plays it over for Yearwood. Hamilton now, loads of space for Sam Hamilton. Up for Moreno. Armando Moreno finds Devin Sandoval, who tries to scoop that one in for Daniel Bruce, but it's cleared out by Gliedel. Bruce. The crowd yelling Bruce. They're not booing the young Englishman. Bruce, he brought his dancing shoes tonight. Guzman goes to ground there, and no foul.
It's an absolute nightmare when you're already tired, last 10 minutes of a game, and you've got Daniel Bruce to contend with, who's just like the Energizer Bunny out there.
Yeah, Bruce, this is his 8th appearance on this season. Hit an absolute banger against Colorado Springs about 4 weeks ago, won the Week 5 Goal of the Week. As it, Daniel Bruce on the ground, yellow card shown to Sam Gliedel. As we have been informed that tonight's attendance, 6,260 on hand here at the Lab, witnessing this match between New Mexico United and San Antonio FC. As we have a look at this TLC replay just outside the box.
What a first touch by Daniel Brewster. Just waited for it and then just used his first touch to push it past, past Gleadle, and then he had a little nibble at him.
That was a yellow card brought to you by Roadrunner Law Firm, shown to Sam Gleadle. Here's Cello. Out for Guzman. Guzman has a go, but it's blocked by Hopiau. Hamilton plays Suggs down on the flank. When you're talking about Bruce looking like he has a lot of energy, Suggs has played all 83 minutes here so far, and he hasn't stopped. That ball goes up over the head of Ollie Wright. Bruce tried to keep that one in play, just unsuccessful here on the near side. Gleadle, as we mentioned, an impressive player. He's had a great career so far. As we mentioned, playing his college soccer just literally right across the street from where we are right now at the University of New Mexico. As he was able to turn that into a great couple of seasons with Reno, and eventually made the move up to Minnesota United. Now finds himself at San Antonio. Here's Daniel Bruce, picked up by Gleadle. On a yellow card is Sam Gleadle. And for a player like Gleadle, who is here, in New Mexico a good 4 or 5 years ago, I wonder if he thought something like this, what we're seeing right now on a Wednesday night. You've got over 6,000 people in attendance at Isotopes Park. That's just got to be an incredible feeling.
I was going to say that earlier on when you mentioned it was 6,000 for Wednesday night, lots of people out of town on vacation, things like that. That's a huge statement of what soccer in the community means in New Mexico right now.
Well, and not only that, it's important to keep in mind that there are still capacity limitations here at Isotopes Park. New Mexico United only allowed to have 75% of total venue capacity, which is around 9,000. As the last time, Chris, that San Antonio played here at the Lab back in 2019, there were more than 15,000 people in attendance, and San Antonio was on the wrong side of a 3-0 beatdown. '85th minute, Bank of America corner kick coming up here. Tyler Ortega joined by Chris Hurst. United looking to move up into second place for the time being in the Mountain Division with a win tonight, as that corner is played into the box. And New Mexico United do well to deal with the danger. Daniel Bruce drawing the foul.
There is one thing on the mind now of the New Mexico United players, and that's they want that clean sheet. They want that third in a row.
On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access, featuring Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, as Daniel Bruce gets through but pushes Sam Gleadle down, and the foul is called. But as I was saying, fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from the MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Nathan plays it down for Epps, crosses it in, and it's played out by Schmidt. Back towards the midfield where Doyle takes Moreno to ground, no foul. Lemma now crosses it in. That was a big collision with Austin Yearwood winning the header, immediately reaches for his head. We hope both players are all right. Both the trainers are making their way out onto the pitch. So we certainly hope both of them are all right. So that's Nathan down for San Antonio. Yearwood is up off the ground at least. Austin Yearwood looks to be all right. Nathan perhaps took the brunt of that contact.
I reacted to that straight away. I let out a weird noise. I don't think I've ever heard that noise before, but you saw it was just two players who had no idea the other player was there, fully committed to try and win that ball, and just a clash of heads, and it's good to see them both up on their feet.
88th minute here. It's New Mexico United looking to notch their second home win of this 2021 season, and more importantly, Chris, for San Antonio, they're winless away from home. They've got 1 loss, 2 draws on the season. They lost to RGV 2-1. They drew with Switchbacks and Lights 1-1 each in each of those games. And looking like that winless on the road streak will continue here tonight, as if everything holds true, they'll be 0-2-2 away from Toyota Field.
And that's the San Antonio side, right? And it's, you know, this result, if it holds, will be big for both teams for various reasons. You know, obviously the negative for San Antonio, the positive for New Mexico United. They love playing in front of their fans and getting a win when, you know, there's no getting away. It felt like a really disappointing result on Saturday against Austin Bold. To be able to turn around so quickly and put in a performance like this, which has been very professional, really impressive at the back specifically, especially in the second half. They've managed the game really, really well.
You know, and the disappointment that came along with that draw on Saturday night, the 0-0 draw. It was Pride Night, Chris. The night just very, very hyped up, and you know, to see a 0-0 draw somewhat anticlimactic. And that's something that Troy Lesane had alluded to. He said, you know, we're frustrated with the result, but we have to build on the positives, those being how excellent the defense was. The offense is going to come around. The goals will come. It's staying consistent on defense, and they've done just that. It's that ball in a dangerous area, but United able to deal with the danger.
What a turn by Moreno
gets
there.
Taken down. And we're going to see a yellow card for Varela. As Varela is initially reacted like he was shocked by the decision. I would have been shocked had he not gotten a yellow card, to be honest.
That was an unbelievable turn by Moreno. And we talked about him in pre-game, and while he hasn't really done the business in the 18-yard box, his involvement in the build-up play with these little turns and tricks and flicks, he's so hard to handle, defend a bit there, and he just absolutely turned him inside out.
So we have a look here at this TLC replay. You can see Varela just grabs him around the neck and brings him down. We've been notified now that there are 5 minutes of New Mexico Pinon coffee stoppage time. Great coffee is a matter of opinion. Here's Epps. Gets it right back from Nathan. Epps works his way past Bruce, crosses it in, and Schuberg was there. Schuberg goes to ground. Not going to get the penalty call. Fourth meeting between these two sides, Chris. In each of the last 3 meetings, the losing team has been shut out. 3-0 win for United here as Nathan makes his way into the box, and Tambakis comes up with a big save to sustain the clean sheet. Almost got me on that one.
I was going to absolutely rip you for that one. That would have been the curse of all curses right there. Tambakis just bailed you out. Great save by Tambakis. Stayed big, didn't bite, stayed big and tall. Made the target even smaller. Great stuff.
Now I'm kind of scared to say anything. Into stoppage time we are, as that one goes off the crossbar, headed back again. Tambakis. Big saves from the Greek keeper.
And the first one hit the crossbar. If we see it back there, first one hit the crossbar, second one, big save. If he gets the clean sheet tonight, he's definitely earned it. Like I say, the first half, there was some big saves, and in this late flurry from San Antonio as well.
Into the third of 5 stoppage time minutes. Bank of America corner kick here for San Antonio. Back post. Played back in by Wright, and that one's going to be out for a goal kick. Actually, it looks like a free kick of some sort. Didn't exactly catch what happened with that one. Long ball played forward, looking for Ollie Wright. Justin Schmidt is going to win the foot race to that one. Here's Daniel Bruce, near side. Marked by Sam Gleadle. Bruce goes down, trying to win the foul, but he's not going to. It's a corner kick here.
Daniel Bruce was selling there. He was looking for it. He was just trying to run the clock down in the corner, and Gleadle had a little nibble, and Bruce duly obliged to, I'm not going to say fall down because there was a bit of contact, but was definitely not against getting a call in the corner there.
Short corner taken here by New Mexico United. Here goes Daniel Bruce. Makes his way into the 18 and pulls it right back out. Bruce once again going down, but this time it's going to be a throw in for San Antonio. .30 seconds remaining here of the 5 allotted stoppage time minutes. San Antonio looking to spoil the clean sheet for New Mexico United. To be their 3rd consecutive match without allowing a goal. Going all the way back to May 29th, right here on this pitch when they conceded against Loudoun United in the 40th minute. It was Giovanni Bolivar on exactly the goal that San Antonio are attacking right now. As that is the full-time whistle from the lab. New Mexico United 2, San Antonio 0. Big win for the black and yellow, Chris.
Yeah, really impressive. I wrote their luck a little bit at the end there to maintain the clean sheet with the crossbar, but fully deserved win. Very professional second half from the black and yellow.
Tonight's Duke City Final Cares score. Duke City Cares final score, excuse me. New Mexico United 2, San Antonio 0. Troy Lesane offering his congratulations over to the San Antonio players. We saw a great goal here from Austin Yearwood, Chris. He just switches it right-footed and bends that one in. Undoubtedly the goal of the evening.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're going to see that a few times when it comes to goal of the week, goal of the month, things like that, because what a strike. That's one for the collection for Austin Yearwood.
Yeah, Austin Yearwood, he caught us by surprise.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
We've all been waiting for the great unpause. But what if we took this moment to see our old lives as something new, something bigger than routine, something better than back to normal? Because moving forward, what we used to call just everyday life is what we'll celebrate every day. This will be the greatest comeback. Collect all 6 signature bottles, win all summer.
Learn more at ultracomeback.com.
This is where we keep our memories. We've shared so many adventures. Those sounds, shapes, those special places. We've missed them.
We're ready for some new adventures.
And so is New Mexico.
Let's go.
This one's for all the parents whose idea of a big night out is a 15-minute drive to a takeout window. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Full time here at the Lab in Albuquerque is New Mexico United victorious over San Antonio FC 2-0 as we see the black and yellow celebrating in front of the curse. It was a well-deserved win here on the evening for the home side as we have a look at the man of the match tonight, presented by Pepsi. It was Austin Yearwood, won 5 of his 6 duels, scored the absolute worldie in the 50th minute. On to the play of the match, and speaking of that worldie, it was Austin Yearwood. Chris, just kind of take us through real quick what happened there as we have a look over at the save of the match. It was Alex Tambakis. In the first half, he had 1 save there, 2 saves in the second half, so that bumps him up to 3 saves on the night and 23 saves on the season for Tambakis. But as we mentioned, the play of the match brought to you by Michelob Ultra. It was that absolute worldie from Austin Yearwood. And let's go ahead and have a look at the full-time highlights here from this victory here for New Mexico United. Early on, perhaps the best chance of the game there for San Antonio, Chris.
Yeah, rolled it across the 6-yard box. Still can't believe no one was there to put it in. And Dylan just put it over the bar. A lucky escape for New Mexico United there.
And Peruzza, we saw him all over the place in the first half. As we saw Gallegos as well. He turns Tenari here, and he's able to get a shot on goal. But Tambakis with the big save. That one right there was the save of the match. And Josh Suggs on his 200th USL appearance, notching a goal, going corner pocket there as Cardoni unable to save that on his weak foot.
Yeah, special mention to Tenari there. Great little ball against the grain there into Suggs' feet, where just found him in a little pocket of space in the 18-yard box. Great finish.
Yeah, and that's incredible to see a man like Josh Suggs, the USL's all-time leader in minutes played, scoring here in front of the home crowd. And then this Austin Yearwood, I would be shocked if this isn't at least nominated for Goal of the Week. We know the United fans like to really show up when it comes to those fan votes. So keep an eye out for this Austin Yearwood goal. I'm sure this will not be the only time that you see this over the next week or so, as again, just running around with the shrug. I don't know if that means that he meant to cross it. Did he mean to shoot it? It doesn't matter. It counts as a goal all the same.
Don't say that to his face. He will, of course, say he meant to put that in the top corner.
And Epps right here with this one sends a sizzler up over. And Epps, you know, he was our player to watch tonight, Chris. He did create a few chances. He had a few chances.
He had a few chances, but credit where it's due to the New Mexico United defense. They kept San Antonio at arm's length for the entirety of the night.
And this Epps one more time. As I said, he had some chances, but finding the crossbar and then the big save once again from Alex Tambakis, maintaining the clean sheet. The 3rd consecutive clean sheet for the black and yellow as we get one more look at this. Just flicked on, hits woodwork, and then Tambakis does his best to keep that one out of the net. All right, Chris, full time here, 2-0, New Mexico United victorious. What did you see from the black and yellow tonight that was different from that match against Austin?
It was just a little change of tempo where when they obviously keep the ball no matter who they're playing against, so they managed to move the ball a little quicker, especially in attacking areas, and that really created some really good chances for them.
Let's have a look at tonight's final stats, brought to you by Duke City Cares, your medical family. 2-0, but the shots, Chris, 14 shots for San Antonio, unable to find the back of the net. They had 3 of them on target. Possession once again very, very heavily in favor of New Mexico United.
Yeah, and shots for if that really stays true, the official stats, then that's the second game in a row where San Antonio have created 14 shots, which is a lot of chances, you know. So again, Tambakis earned his clean sheet tonight.
4 yellow cards for the visitors, none for the home side, and 1 offside called on each team. We did not see any red cards here tonight. It was a fun one, Chris. I know I had a lot of fun. This is going to be about a 3-week break for New Mexico United. They're not back home until early July, so I'm sure these fans excited to take a little break with a W.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, the disappointment of the tie from Saturday, and you know, to come back on such a short turnaround and put in a performance like tonight, sending the fans home happy.
So that's going to do it for us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. For our production crew, for Chris Hurst, my color commentator, my name is Tyler Ortega. Thank you for watching.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.